Hello children, I hope you have gone through all two previous video that we discussed about this chapter, and in that actually we were discussing about the pre-fertilization events in reproduction, right? So in that we had discussed about the first step in pre-fertilization event, that was the gametogenesis, means formation of a male gamete and formation of a female gamete in flowers. So next step in pre-fertilization events, you know very well, that is a transfer of gamete. Now, if we talk about the transfer of gametes in case of plants, so that we call as a pollination, and for plants they do it by a different ways. So in this module or in video, we are going to discuss about the pollination, types of pollination, and different strategies or the adaptation for pollination, or you can say how we can prefer, or how we can say cross pollination is better than self pollination, that we will discuss. Now I start with the topic pollination. So what is pollination? So pollination, in a simple, but if we talk about pollination, is what? Pollination is a biological process in which pollens from the anther transfer to the stigma. You know very well, flower is having a two part, one is a male part and one is a female part. So anther is having a pollen, and a stigma, or you can say stigma, is a part of a carpel that is having an egg. So when the transfer of pollen grains take place from the anther to the stigma of the carpel, that process is known as pollination. So pollination is actually two types: cell pollination and cross pollination. Another name of cell cross pollination is the genogamy. Cell pollination, again there is a differentiation in cell pollination, that is a autogamy and geitonogamy. And if we talk about the cross pollination, means by the word you can understand, cross means the transfer of the pollen from the one flower to the another flower of the different plant. So that is a cross, means for that there is a need of any agent by that pollens transfer from one flower to the another flower. So in that case there is a need of an agent that we call as a pollinating agent. So cross pollination is having a two type of agent, abiotic and biotic. Abiotic again categorized into the wind and water. Very scientific name we use for the wind pollination is anemophily, for water pollination hydrophily, that we will discuss in coming module. Biotic factors, again, if the pollination is done by the insect, that we call as entomophily. Children, this is very important. You should remember these words. It comes in your exam also: entomophily, chiropterophily, malicophily, or ornithophily. What is the meaning of that? When the transfer of pollen take place by the insect, that time we call it entomophily. When it is done by the bats, that time chiropterophily. When it is done by the snails, malicophily. And when it is done by birds, means and pollens are transferred through the birds to the different flower, so that time it is known as the ornithophily. So this is very important, children, you should remember. So these are the different biotic factors for the cross pollination. So depending on type of source, you can say, or source of pollen grains, you can say. So depending on the source of pollen grains, pollination is actually you can say two types: cell pollination and cross pollination. Cell pollination, by the word, what is there? When the transfer of pollen grains, as you can see in this diagram also, what is there? Pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the same flower, means when the pollination is taken place genetically in the same kind of flower, so that is known as the cell pollination. Now what is there? Cell pollination is, again there is a two type, that is autogamy and geitonogamy. What is the difference that we will see? Actually, autogamy is a simple when the transfer of pollens from the anther to the stigma of the same flower, so that time we call it as a autogamy. But in geitonogamy, what was there? When the transfer of pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the another flower of the same plant. Again I repeat, when the transfer of pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the another flower of the same plant, so that time we call it as a geitonogamy. So this is a difference between autogamy and geitonogamy. Now for this cell pollination, flowers is having a certain adaptation. That adaptation is actually a type of flower. So on the basis of that, flowers are two types. So adaptation is what? Adaptation is saying there is a two type of flower. One is known as a cleistogamous flower and second one is known as a chesmogamous flower. So what is the difference between the cleistogamous and chesmogamous flower? This is one of the diagram that I am showing over here. This is the Cormellina, actually one of the plant that is having a both kind of flowers, cleistogamous as well as chesmogamous flower. So cleistogamous flower is very much, you can see in this diagram also, they are just inside the soil in this plant actually. But generally what we call cleistogamous flowers are closed flower, and their anther and stigma lie close to each other, means they are always closed. The flower is not going to open. So in that case what happened, there is a 100% chances of the cell pollination. There is no cross pollination because flower is not going to open. So when the flowers are closed, that time the flowers are known as the cleistogamous flower. A very common example for the cleistogamous flower is the pansy, mirabilis, cormellina, then oxalis. These are the very common plant for the cleistogamous flower. So you can say in that way also, cleistogamous flower are always show the autogamous type of pollination. But when we talk about the chesmogamous flowers, so chesmogamous flowers are those flowers which are open. Means you can say in this diagram also, chesmogamous means when the flowers are open with exposed sex organ. Sex organ means male and female, means you can say anther and the stigma. So both the parts are exposed. So anther and stigma in this case are brought together by the growth or by banding or by folding, and the pollen grains from the anther flower can land on the stigma. So these type of flowers are known as the chesmogamous flower. A common example is the catharanthus and mirabilis. So these are the example. Now you can see in this also, mirabilis is having a both kind of flowers, that is a chesmogamous and cleistogamous flower. So this is the adaptation for the self pollination in plants. Another type of self pollination category is known as the geitonogamy. So what is geitonogamy, that we will discuss in coming slide. So another type of self pollination, in that the adaptation is the geitonogamy. So what is geitonogamy? It's a kind of actually self pollination, in that pollen grains from the anther of the another flower of the same plant. You can see in this diagram also, plants are similar but flowers are different. So it usually take place in the plants which are monoecious in condition. I think if you remember, monoecious means when the male and female reproductive part present in the different flowers of the same plant. So that condition is known as a monoecious. Example, if you remember that I have told you, cucurbit is one of the example. So it is functionally, this type of pollination behave functionally as a cross pollination, because pollens are transferred from one flower to the another flower. But these plants are flowers are genetically similar, so that's why it's similar to autogamy. So this is one of the adaptation, or you can say one of the type of self pollination. So another type of pollination is known as the cross pollination, or we call it as a genogamy or allogamy. So in simple word, cross pollination means the transfer of pollen grains from the anther of one flower to the stigma of the genetically different flowers. Means plants are different. On the different flowers, they are performing this type of pollination. So this type of pollination is actually known as genogamy. Now what is important for this type of pollination? They need some agent, because pollens are transferred from one flower to the another flower of the different plant. So for that they need some agent. That agents are known as the pollinating agent. So this is a type of cross pollination. A very common example is a papaya, maize. These are the certain example of the cross pollination. Now, if you now we know about the two things that is a genogamy and another type of autogamy. So, what is the difference that we will discuss in this one? That is what genogamy and jetnogamy. So, it is a what is that? In this case, there is a transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the same plant. So that is known as a genogamy. Genogamy means the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the different plant. So this is known as a genogamy. In this case, that is what pollen grains are genetically similar because the plants are similar, but in this case, plants are different. So variation will come in the cross pollination. So that's why plants also prefer genogamy or allogamy over the autogamy, because always a species or any species wants variation, evolution, survival. So these things are also important in case of plant kingdom. They also, so that's why they prefer genogamy or allogamy over the autogamy. So this is all about your cross pollination. Now there are the certain, what I am saying genogamy is more evolved. Plants prefer to go by the genogamy instead of the autogamy. So there are the certain adaptation, or there are the certain measures, strategies that plants adapt for the cross pollination or for the outbreeding devices over the autogamy. So these are the certain adaptation that plants are using to avoid the self-pollination. First one you can see in this diagram, also having a separate male and female flowers, means if there is a separate male and female flowers, so there is a more chances of the cross-pollination. Maybe it's functionally cross pollination, genetically it is not, but they prefer to go by the cross pollination. This is one of the adaptation plants are using. Second one is what, if the male and female flowers are going to mature at a different time period. For example, males mature means pollen grains are mature in a different time interval, and stigma is not receptible, or stigma is not ready to take that pollen. So in that case also the viability period of the pollen is going to be finished, and there is no chance of the self pollination. In that case, the plants prefer to go by the cross pollination. Another thing, if the height of the male and female structure, means position or the height or the arrangement of the male and female part in a flower is different, so in that case also there is no possibility of the self pollination, and it is going to be prevent self pollination. One more important thing, if what happens actually when the pollen grains are reaching over the stigma, that time there is a release of chemicals from the stigma. If the stigma which is releasing the chemicals, if it is itself, it is going to be prevent pollens for the pollen germination. So again there is to prevent the self pollination. In that case what happens, that they will get the time and the cross pollination they will prefer. So this is the certain adaptation for the cross pollination over the self pollination. One of the more important thing is the self incompatibility. So this is the self incompatibility, means pollen will not germinate on genetically similar individuals, and what they will do, they promote the outcrossing. So you can see in this diagram, this is a carpel, means stigma is child, this is the ovary. So pollen should come from this stigma and reaches up to the ovary where the egg is present. Now what happens, now you can see S1, S2, S3, S4, these are the different type of actually pollen grains. So if there is a adaptability S3, S4, so what will happen, this is what they are going to be germinate. Now same kind will not germinate. So this is what self incompatibility, and by this is actually a prevent, this is a device or genetic phenomena of preventing the pollen from fertilizing ovules of the same flower by inhibiting pollen germination and pollen tube growth in the pistil. So this we call as a self incompatibility. Children, in this module we had discussed about the type of pollination, the strategies developed by the plants for the cross pollination, the adaptation of the flowers for the self pollination that we had discussed. Actually, we were discussing about the first part of the reproduction, that is a pre-fertilization events. In that, we had discussed about the gametogenesis. Gamete transfer means pollination. Now when the gametes are transferring from one flower to the another flower, that time in case of cross pollination there is a need of a pollinating agent. So what are those pollinating agent that we will discuss in the coming module. Thank you.